Hello, everybody. My name's Jiggly Pants, and welcome back to another episode here on our Survival Let's Play world. How's everybody doing today? Doing good? I hope so, because I'm doing well myself. This ghast in the background, you need to be quiet. Uh, I'm trying to do an intro, and you're over here making your cat noises for no reason. Um, but yeah, what are we gonna get up to? We're gonna look at our things to do board, and the first thing on it here is a mud farm. So I think that's what we're gonna be tackling today. Um, we have our little bounding box for Lightmatica all set up there. So we have a bit of a build we're gonna be doing as well in today's episode. Um, but first, I want to kind of focus back on our barn build here for just a little bit right at the start of this episode. Um, our plan with this barn build is to house all of our animals and kind of like our all animal related things. So maybe have a bunch of the different farms associated with animals. Like maybe in the future have a bee farm, maybe some pigs, maybe up top here we'll have some horses. But right here, I want to put a cow farm. So I think that's what we're going to start off by doing. We're just going to build a little simple cow farm. If you haven't seen one of these cow farms before, definitely I would recommend building one in your world if you want. But it's just a 1x1 cow farm. And it's actually been a while since I built one of these, so just bear with me. I think it goes something like this, with a barrel and then a hopper. And then we have just blocks around like such. And then we have a dispenser with a bucket of water in it. And then we take a button. We add a button there. So when we press the button, the water comes out. And when we press the button again, the water goes away. And then we just put blocks up like this. And then you add a fence gate on top of it. You might be wondering, but Jiggly, how is this a cow farm? There's no cows. And with that, you would be correct. Once you get cows, you force them all into this 1x1 hole, and then when you press the water out, they all start swimming and bouncing, and then you can breed them all. And once you get enough cows in here, they start to entity cram, and then you can collect all their drops through the barrel at the bottom here. So what do you think the odds of this going well are? um, Maybe a little bit higher. I'm not sure. Basically what I'm doing is I've attached a bunch of leads to a bunch of cows here, and we're gonna fly them over there, and it's getting dark out. Leroy! All I have to do is hit this kind of edge here, and then once they land, I think we'll be okay. Did we lose any of you guys? It doesn't look like it. So far, so good. I'm worried stuff's gonna start spawning. Because I haven't lit up anything over here in this build. I like to live on the edge. Okay. You guys just gotta get onto there. Nicely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Okay, we have some cows. We have 3 cows left. Let's do this again. So we've got all our cows in there. They're kind of all conglomerated together. There's only 4 of them so far. But if you're building this in your world, you only really need to start with 2 to get things going. So I could right click and breed these cows. But I can only breed one of them because they're all in the same hitbox, and that's not good. So the way we get them to separate so we can hit each individual cow is with the water. So we press the button, and they start bouncing around, and then you can breed all of the cows. And then they have their little calves. There's one, and there's the other one, I think. And then we shut this off. And then we give this a bit of time for the cows to grow up, and we'll come back and we'll breed it again and again. And then once it gets to 24 entities, I believe, don't quote me on that, But once we get to entity cramming, they will start cramming, and that's when we can collect the raw beef and leather from them. So we've taken some time now. We've bred up all these cows. I'm not sure if they're ready to be bred again. Oh, a couple of them are. But yeah, you can see as they start to go into entity cramming, some of them die, and then we start to get the beef and the leather. Perfect. While we were waiting, AFKing that, we did do a little bit of work out here as well. Just some finishing touches. We went around and we put some fence gates all around the wheat field, put some hay bales in there to kind of spice things up a little bit so it's not all just flat yellow. Got a bit of red in there and some visual interest. We also went around, we put grass all over the place. One thing I am not liking is some spots, like over here, it is the normal green grass, but most of it is above a savanna biome, so we get this yellow, yucky grass. Not super pumped about that, but it is what it is. And then lastly, we went around and we added our little pops of color. We got some yellow patches, we got some blue patches, and ultimately, I think we just kind of finished this off nicely. So now, what's next? Like I said, we're going to be working on a mud farm today. So the first step of that is going to be doing some terrain work. So, look at that, professional landing. I grinded up some materials. I got a bunch of boxes of moss here. I also got some boxes of terracotta. We might need more lime terracotta, probably. So I went and I got a couple stacks of terracotta as well. So we're gonna do some terrain work, and yeah, I'm trying to move away from doing a lot of the time lapses. So I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, if I'm even gonna edit this, or what I'm about to do. But I hope you guys enjoy whatever's to come. Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner, 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast. Maybe I should have had breakfast. Brekkie would be good for me. No. Stay focused. Speed. I am faster than fast. Quicker than quick. I am Jiggly.
Hey, Jiggles, you ready?
Oh yeah. Jiggly's ready. So we got some more terrain done there. We finished off this wheat field. We got all the moss, terracotta, we got all the bushes in. We haven't put any of the grass or flowers in, or any of the trees that are going to go over here. But I will tell you this one thing. I am never doing a wheat field again. Or maybe I shouldn't say never. It's going to be a while till I do a wheat field again. The amount of seeds is just insane. We'll kind of look up here how big this thing is. Yeah, we just did this little section here. You can kind of see where the wheat's still growing. But yeah, this took me a good day to get all the seeds for. We still have to cap it off over there as well, but that shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. And we missed a couple of spots here and there, but that's okay. So now we are actually going to start working on the actual mud farm. The reason why I want to build the mud farm before I build the build is just to make sure the mud farm does fit inside the build. And then we can kind of build the build around it, if that makes sense. That's a lot of building of builds. But yes, that's my plan of action for this one. So I gathered up a bunch of materials. Nothing too crazy other than the amount of glass bottles that are needed for this build. These are also not exact quantities of each of them, so don't take this as a tutorial. Um, but yes, we're gonna get started here. First things first, I think we're gonna need this stuff. If you guys have never built a mud farm in your world before, that's understandable because I have never really built one of these myself because they seem pretty daunting. Um, but they're actually not that bad. They're really easy to do. Um, that being said, I did have to watch a tutorial for this. I will link the tutorial down below um, for anybody that is interested. Um, but yeah, it goes something like this. And then I think we need another dispenser. No, we need a hopper here. And then we need another dispenser there. And then we need another hopper going in there. And we need our glass, like a so. Up one more. We need one more hopper there. And we need to grab a chest, put it there, put that there. And it's going to rain and it's getting dark. I'll be right back. I'm going to go sleep. Okay, one sleep later, we're back. I'm actually going to start putting in some of these glass bottles just because I don't want to put the water in and then have to break blocks and then the water falls down there and demos my beautiful wheat field. So I think actually we need to break this glass block here and oh no, we fill this one up first. We fill that one first and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 16. That's very important. And then we want, we have the glass already up there. We want to grab these trapdoors and the buckets of water. And then we go like this. We're going to box this bit in as well. We are then going to take trapdoors, boop, 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 flip them all. And then we're going to put in our water there, there, and there. And then we're going to cover this. Okay. We're good. We're almost done. Now for the actual redstone bits. So redstone dust there. We want a repeater there. And we want a repeater there. And then we want that there, that. And then we want that. And then I'm fairly certain this is it. We just need to get some dirt and test it out now. So I just went and got a box of dirt and I put it in here and it is slowly filling up this dropper down here. But I think it's ready to go. I also had to make up some iron shovels because this shovel is too fast for this device, I think. So I think I just hit right click and left click at the same time. And it starts making mud for us. This is going to be perfect because we've been using a lot of mud. Even down there, like the packed mud, you can see the spots that I'm missing packed mud for. That build was a lot of packed mud. And I'm kind of getting tired of having to fly 2,000 blocks that way to a mangrove forest. Or a mangrove swamp, I guess is what it would be called, to get mud. So this is going to be nice just to be right here. Those bottles up there, I don't know if that's a problem, but we're just going to ignore that. So I'm going to farm up some mud here, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, I'm just here mining up some mud. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of a trick of the trade, if you guys don't know this. If I'm holding left and right click at the same time, and let's say I want to AFK, I need to go run, do something real quick. If I hit F3 and T, and then let go of left and right click, it will automatically start mining for me. Right now, I'm hands off the mouse, There's me clapping just to prove that. Um, Fully automatic until your shovel runs out. I do believe if you just like left click, it'll cancel it. But that's just a little trick of the trade I thought I'd share with you guys. So now that we have the mud farm done, it's kind of just floating up in space there, and it doesn't really fit the aesthetic of what we got going on here. Um, unless we were going for something like flying alien saucer. But no, that's not what we're going for. We're going for like a sci-fi, maybe not post-apocalyptic, but like yeah, kind of maybe post-apocalyptic, maybe dystopian, something like that. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be doing a bit of a farmhouse build uh around the mud farm there. Instead of having the farmhouse just be on the ground though, we're gonna put it up on stilts because I think that'd be kind of cool and interesting. And yeah, we're gonna mess around with some colors, mostly just yellow. We are gonna tie in some of that blue from the barn build into some sections of this build, but yeah, we'll see how it goes here. I did prep it. It is going to be a Lightmatica file that I'm going to be doing, just because it's a lot easier for me to build in creative and then transfer over into survival here. In terms of the actual building, I don't have any of the materials, so I can't do any fancy time lapse or edits because I'm going to be running around gathering stuff as I build. But if you're really super interested in seeing me do the building, you can definitely check out a live stream on my channel. I like to live stream a lot of my builds that I do. And the videos automatic or the live streams, I guess, automatically get uploaded as VODs. So that's super easy for me to kind of just have them automatically upload and create content for you guys to watch if you're super interested in that kind of thing. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to get to that and then I'll show you guys the final product and we'll do a bit of a build debrief where I'll show you some of my references that I used and that kind of stuff in just a couple minutes here. So we got the build done. Um, it was quite the build. It took me a bit of time, mostly because I didn't have anything prepped for it, like I said. So there's a lot of running around, but here's the build. Um, yeah, not quite a farmhouse, but we're gonna say it's a farmhouse. Um, not your traditional farmhouse, I guess I'll say. Um, up on stilts there, I think it looks really cool at a distance. Um, up close, I don't like it as much, but it's okay. I think it's fine for what it is. Um, we'll go back here and we'll get a better view of it from a distance, and then I'll point out some things that I like about it. And yeah, so first thing that I like about it is I really like the stilts that I did and that big pipe up the middle. Um, this section here really looks like just chaos, like hanging ropes and different platforms and all kinds of different crazy things going on, and I quite enjoy that. It looks cool, um, being able to see through it, and then as you get different angles on it, different parts become lighter and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I like that. I like the crane off the side. I like the trees in the background there. I like the color. I do like the yellow. Um, this section here is where we kind of pulled a lot of color and inspiration from the actual barn itself. Not a huge section, but I think it still looks good. Some things that I don't like about it, the chimney. The chimney and this pipe, they don't line up, and it looks a little goofy to me, I think. I think it would make a little bit more Ooh, I fell down the hole. I think it would make a little bit more sense if the pipe went straight through the entire build instead of going off on that angle. But hey, you can't have everything. Um, I also like the little antennas that I did, these little pipes on the side. I'll give you a really close-up look here. Uh, a lot of the little knickknacks and stuff up here I do enjoy. Um, like this little grape, I don't know exactly what this would be called. Veranda, maybe? That's a word. Sure. Um, like I said, all the knickknacks and stuff over here for the little crane section too. It's all full of pots and barrels and stuff. Like they're hoisting up all of their supplies from down below. Doesn't really make sense because it's the middle of a wheat field, but hey, imagination is key. Down here, I kind of like what I did with the ground and some of this dead bushes. Dead bushes and what is this, dried grass. I like, and I like how in the back here, the ground kind of just turns into the pipe. Like we use a lot of the similar blocks with the coarse dirt and the packed mud. Um, Makes it seem like it's dirty, like the maybe rain has fallen and splashed up and all kinds of stuff. Um, yeah. So the reference image that I used is this image here. I'll throw it up on screen for you guys. There's two builds in this reference image. Obviously, I didn't build two builds. I just kind of took aspects of each of them and jammed them together and made them as one. The things I pulled from these reference images, definitely shapes. Those rectangular shapes that are just kind of stuck onto each other all over the place. Pulled those. The stilts, definitely like the stilts idea. Um, Other than that, I just kind of had fun with it, throwing random gizmos and doodads and pipes and chains and all kinds of stuff. Really adds to the build. I'll show you guys the back. Um, it's not my favorite, but it is the back of the build. um, yeah, it's just one big brown blob. But that's fine. We're not really going to be seeing it from this angle as of yet. If we ever do, we might add some stuff to the back here, but I'm not super worried about that. But yeah, there's the build. I'm pretty happy with it. This was one of those builds where, what's that saying? It goes somewhere like, don't let perfection be the enemy of what's good. And I kind of took that to heart because when I was building this first in my creative world, I didn't like it. It wasn't perfect. And I thought about it and I thought about it and I was like, hey, not everything's going to be perfect. Let's just throw it in the world. And yeah, I'm glad I did. I really do enjoy this. Um, it's one of those things that Minecraft's so good at. Um, Even if I didn't like it, I could always change my mind. I could always just demo it and build something else. But I do enjoy this. One thing that I think we're gonna add in the future is maybe a little rock pile or something like that. Um, Maybe some over there as well. Just because it is looking really flat, and compared to the terrain over here, it's a bit of a big drastic change. Because here we got a bunch of rocks and stuff. So I think that might be coming in the future, maybe some rocks here and there just to break up the flatness. But there is one last thing I want to check out in this build, and that's the inside. I didn't do an interior, so don't get too excited just yet. Um, I'm not even sure if we're ever going to do an interior, but I just want to see. Yeah, there's no baddies in here. I thought there was going to be bad guys in here. So that's good to see. We are going to put some lights down just so in the future there is no bad guys. Any down here? No, I think we're good. Whew. That was what I was worried about, that I would come in here and there'd be like a creeper hiding somewhere and he would explosion. Oh yeah, I never did the never mind. um as I was building, I had these blocks here and I don't think I ever, yeah, finished up underneath of it. Um Forget I ever showed that. um that's something we'll maybe do here shortly just by ourselves, but I do want to put some scaffolding in here, um just so that we can get up and down from our mud farm. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to do, was just make sure there was no creepers in here. We should probably maybe go up there too, just so that as we're sitting in here, we don't have one spawn and surprise us. with his explosionness, which is never good. You never want to be surprised by an explosion. Or maybe you do. Maybe you like to live on the edge. I don't know. That's not me. But yeah. Ooh, it's getting dark out. Next, I did want to do one little thing here because we have a bit of time left in the episode. I wanted to show you guys a part of the base that you guys have probably never seen before because it's fairly new. So last episode we built this little ending point for our super smelter. I added in this little trap door, and I have been doing some digging down here. This is the back side of our storage room and all the redstone we got going on. We have our shulker box unpacker. This is kind of a new system that I put in. It's a shulker box maker. So I just press a button and it gives me shulker boxes. Yeah. It's our sound system here. This is our geyser elevator thing that we got going on. Over here is the back side of our XP farm and just some kind of backroom stuff. And this is our super smelter. So what I wanted to do was figure out something with this bamboo. Because I've kind of been grabbing some bamboo from here to make wood. But as you can see, there's a big imbalance in bamboo distribution. So if I turn on the bamboo farms, some of the chests are full or close to being full. Like this one's full. So all the bamboo that lands here won't be picked up and it causes lag. But we still need to run it because there is some chests that are not full. So what I want to do is kind of siphon out some of the bamboo. So these ones that are full, they overflow into these hoppers. So I want to make a system that siphons out the excess bamboo and automatically turns it into bamboo logs, I think is what they're called, or bamboo planks or something like that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try and do just right now. So to do said auto crafting, we're going to use a crafter. Crazy, I know. Yeah, we're just gonna try and sort this out just on the fly here because I am a smart cookie and I know what I'm doing when it comes to redstone. Said every redstoner ever. Yes. So auto crafter, I think right there. And then we need to pull a comparator signal out from this so we can tell when it is full. And we are going to compare that to a signal from something that is full. So we're going to put down a cauldron here, and we're going to put a bucket of water in it, and then we're going to put that there. So this is comparing the signal coming from the full cauldron to the signal coming from the comparator. And then we are going to put a block there. So put that redstone there. It's not going to turn on because the signal from the cauldron is stronger than the signal from the comparator. But if we go in here and we click all of these, like so, that turns on. If we unclick one, that still turns on. Maybe we don't use a cauldron. Maybe we use something else. Yeah. What has 9 slots that we can fill? We could use a second crafter. That's an idea. What else is there? Maybe if we do a composter, that could be something else. We'll try a composter and we'll see what happens. And then if we're using a composter, we need to get something we can compost that we have a lot of. So we're going to grab some hay bales because I have a lot of hay bales from doing the wheat field over there. So yes, composter. We'll put that where the cauldron is. I really thought a cauldron would work. I don't know why, but I had kind of like a gut feeling it would work. Can we just compost the straight hay bales? Yes, we can. That is full. That is off. We will click these, and we'll see when it turns on. Okay, good. Yes, so composter full. We'll turn that on. And then we want... what do we want? Maybe we do... do not know. We need to get this signal over to here somehow. So we need a block like this, maybe? But that won't travel all that distance, no. Maybe we break this out. Break that. Break that. And we just do signal there. Into a block there. And we get our repeaters. Get a repeater there. So now our signal's there. And we need to get it to here. Maybe we face this downwards into our chest. That could work. If we go downwards, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this isn't boring for you guys to watch me try and figure out redstone. Well, I enjoy it. So yeah, signal's there. We could just do something like this, I think. We don't need to do anything fancy past that. And then once this gets full of stuffs, yeah, it gets powered and it crafts. Okay. That's what we want. We want that to be clicked. And then we'll put... maybe we do... let's do a hopper. No, we won't do a hopper. We'll do a chest. Because if we put a hopper, it will automatically pull out the stuff. But we can't open said chest. Maybe we do hopper, then another chest. Sure, why not? That brings us to the floor. That's where we want it. And yeah, we can open that one. So if we put hoppers across like this, this will siphon out any excess bamboo that gets... so if this chest fills up, the hopper starts to fill up. And this will siphon out all of that stuff. And then it's starting to make blocks of bamboo. That's what they're called. Not bamboo logs. What am I saying? But we'll have a look at this. So yeah, it fills up and then it crafts. Perfect. Yeah, and it's pulling all of the excess bamboo out of the hoppers to do so. So now we can turn on this bamboo farm, this side at least, and not have to worry about any excess bamboo laying around causing us problems. So we'll turn this back on. At least until this all fills up. But yeah, I think we'll be fine. At least for a little bit, and then we'll have extra wood laying around for if I want to make chests or anything like that, because I'm tired of using my spruce wood for chests, because I like to build with spruce wood, and yeah. So now we're just going to duplicate this onto the other side here, and we'll have two, and then we'll be good to go. But yeah, with that, I think we're gonna wrap up today's episode here shortly. I do have to remove Mud Farm off our things to do board, just because I forgot to do it earlier. But this is starting to look a little thin here. If you guys have any ideas for things you want me to build in the future, definitely leave a comment down below. If you guys are curious to see how we've come so far in this world and all our different builds that we've done, definitely maybe check out some other episodes here in the series. But yeah, that's about all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.